Hello, friends and family from around the world. This is Mike with Daily Events Worldwide, and we are on June 9th, 2022. Welcome to another surviving day on the planet, and welcome to the Daily Do, giving you your space weather update as well, world update on earthquakes, volcanoes, and a look at world weather. Starting out here, always looking at our sun, 304 angstroms, watching plasma dance on the surface, as well a newly formed sunspot in an Earth-facing position, shooting off a couple minor C-class flares. Quick glimpse at the incoming imagery. This is all cresting right now. Plasma lifting from the northwest on the right-hand side, and as well a couple bright regions turning in. Looking at outgoing here, large plasma filament dancing around on the left, and as well a large line of plasma across the northern hemisphere, left-hand side. Looking at a multi-spectrum at the last 48 hours on our sun. Minor B and C class solar flares to talk about. One of them was in an Earth-facing fashion. As well, keeping an eye on those regions there. A couple CMEs. Looking at 193 angstroms here, we can see our coronal holes, which are the dark blackened regions, which are cooled regions on our sun. Right here, as we have that cresting coronal hole, which will be turning into an Earth-facing position in about 24 to 36 hours. Quick look here at LASCO 2. This is the last 48 hours of imagery on our sun, showing all of the energy taking off from it. There's that CME from the plasma filament eruption, taking off in an outgoing position. Looking at solar X-ray flux, as you can see, it is now climbing back up into C flare class range after throwing a couple small C-class flares. Geomagnetic activity is low. Real-time solar wind, we're sitting at about 310 kilometers per second. But still watching the density bunches rise. ISPA space prediction spiral showing still that CME taking off towards Mercury. Will not be affecting us, but we do have some space weather on its way. Schumann resonance for today, a power of 30. A quiet hum across our planet today. Still charged at an amplitude of 30 and quality 8.2, power of 18. Now let's get to earthquakes the past 24 hours. Across the planet, things have increased. We're going to check out here with the most active and largest earthquakes of the day. Tenpang, China, with a 5.9 this morning, as well as 5.6, 4.5 ranging up to 4.9. Got to wonder what's going on there. Timor-Leste as well, a 4.4 and a 4.5 reported there. Still really quiet through the region. New Zealand, 5.2, 14-kilometer depth. No deep earthquakes to talk about through the region, nor across the planet. Miyako, Japan, 4.5, as well 4.1 there into Starry, Kamchatka. Sandpoint, Alaska, still seeing some activity across the Aleutian Islands and into Alaska. Looking at United States, Baja, Mexico, 4.2 off the coast there, the Riviera Plate. As well, minor activity here at Bodfish, 3.6 reported. As well, Mena, Nevada, seeing some activity. 2.8, Oregon as well, off the coast. And looking across the USGS map, seeing an interesting development here at all of the earthquakes. As we said, we're sitting at about 230 earthquakes across the USGS map. But from a distance, it looks like we've got activity going all around Idaho right now. .9 there at Hangaroa, Chile, just recently. And yeah, developing activity across Yellowstone, increasing activity through California. Things are definitely up from the other day when we were sitting at about 150 earthquakes across the USGS map. 2.0 reported there, West Yellowstone. Notable earthquakes here, Idaho. 1.2 Mullen, Idaho, and as well Washington, north of Keller. Ashford, Washington as well, that's Rainier. And an explosion being reported, Lapine, Oregon. Now that's not a controlled explosion, for instance, a quarry blast, or else it would say. Also, Mena, Nevada, seeing some activity stretching towards Mono Lake. Increasing activity south of San Francisco as well. So heads up, everybody. We could have something big brewing for the Pacific Northwest. Hawaii, largest to report through the region, 2.7. And then Nicaragua, 4.1 and a 4.2 there. And then we get to the Caribbean, where the Valley, Anguilla, 4.7 and a 4.4. Grand Borg, Guadeloupe as well. Subduction zone, Caribbean plate. Heads up. This is where Soufriere erupted last year. 4.8 there, Chile, and the 4.9 just recently there. 4.3 here reported, Italy. Northern Italy. And that's the last 24 hours for earthquakes across the planet. Just have a plan, everybody. Be ready. Hashtag no fear here. No deep earthquakes across the USGS to talk about. Looking at volcanoes today, Swiss and Najima in Japan, Reventador in Ecuador, Sabancaya in Peru, Sangay in Ecuador, and that's about it. 4 volcanoes getting updated today throughout the day. Mostly looking at storms, drought conditions, a lot of stormy conditions through South America, as well through Southeast Asia. Looking at some pretty large systems across the Northern Hemisphere right now. One in the Pacific, one over Hudson Bay, and one in the Atlantic. All very large systems. Atmospheric river of moisture coming in now off the Pacific coast. And a big system heading towards Iceland in the long range forecast. Looking across the world, satellite imagery. Rain, cloudy conditions moving into parts of Western Australia. Huge low off the coast there, the west coast. Set to bring in some pretty cool temperatures as well in the long range. Things starting to heat up across Africa. But still no Atlantic storms forming just yet off of our African coast. Now let's get to weather here, brought to you by Venture Sky and Daily Events Worldwide. Overlooking Ontario, we do have some stormy conditions rolling through tonight. Lines of storms coming off of Lake Huron. Watch for that to be scattered throughout the night and into tomorrow. And then drying out for the next couple days. Huge low heading to the Atlantic coast and parts of Quebec. And look at this long line of moisture all across the eastern seaboard of the Atlantic. Low pressure center moving in to the coastline of BC. Going to bring a very big swath of moisture heading across into Alberta. Low developing through Saskatchewan for Saturday into Sunday. Rain stretching across the Pacific Northwest as another low develops in the long range coming out of Wyoming. And then the stormy conditions will start again next Tuesday into Wednesday across northeastern parts and central United States. And then look at this big low for the long range forecast. Saskatchewan, you've got a lot of harvest rain coming. And no tropical storms to talk about through the Atlantic or the Pacific right now. Overlooking South America, heavy rains through border with Brazil and Bolivia, Argentina. Daily evaporation rains to continue and heavy through coastal regions. Other than that, no major systems affecting you. Overlooking Africa, Watch for a lot of moisture here to be heading up into the west coast of Africa, into Nigeria. Looks like these low pressure systems are going the wrong way into parts of Africa. Long range forecast should be interesting. As well, South Africa. Next Monday into Tuesday, you've got a low pressure system affecting you. Could see some high tides through Cape Town, and as well along lines of moisture. And really cool temperatures coming in behind that with another low. Overlooking Europe, no major changes since yesterday's update. Still got stormy conditions heading through Italy, eastwards into Turkey. No real coastal storms affecting northern Europe. Overlooking Southeast Asia, Indonesia, and India. Got some heavy rains moving through Myanmar and eastern India. That's daily, so heads up, monsoon rains are ramping up. Overlooking Australia. Let's get back to Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Looks like that low will be affecting you guys, Western Australia. And then the long range forecast as it heads south and east. Could see some more waves of moisture, as well stormy conditions next Friday into Saturday. I want to thank you all for watching today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Stay aware and prepared. Stay young and have fun. And get your daily dew. We'll see you for next video. Much love, and God bless humanity. Bye-bye now. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends and family from across the world.